So you basically
So
hit
legs together, and just think like usually each word has its own movement, if you know what I mean.
I do.
Just think fashion in your head as well.
Well, that doesn't help really. You can probably tell, you know. That just makes me want to go back to bed and go to sleep. Okay, so
So you go
hips,
Lips. Fashion.
and why is that fashion?
Because it's like the fashion pose.
You came basically through the Xenomania audition sort of process, didn't you?
Yeah.
They came.
Yeah.
They come out into the country looking for people,
Yeah.
and they found you.
They wanted to make it so they didn't have hundreds and thousands of girls come in to the audition. So they secretly called themselves something else. I can't remember what it was.
Yes.
Select something music, which it wasn't at all. We didn't realise it was actually Xenomania until we got down to their house, Brian's house in Kent, and like that's when we realised that, oh my God, this is actually like the real deal.
Oh, I see. So you went down there to their headquarters.
Yeah.
Right, and at what point did it become apparent that it was going to be Xenomania, and did you know about Xenomania? You knew.
It was like as soon as we got to the studio really, and we got a tour around it and seen like all the discs on the wall, and we were like, oh okay. But no, we'd never heard of Xenomania before because they're quite secret in what they do, aren't they?
Yeah.
Obviously we knew all the Girls Aloud song they'd done, but we just didn't know it was them.
And then the arms from here go behind your head, and then you just pop it,
Oh, Christ.
pop your leg.
Is it a kind of training thing? Is it a serious? I mean,
Well,
not
yeah.
because not only do you have the Xenomania side, then your management became 19, which is another sort
Yeah.
of dream pop factory, isn't it?
Yeah, well I guess we had like 2 years to train really. Obviously we were training about music, training like writing music with photo shoots. We had like a few little photo shoots for testers, like makeup tryouts, dance lessons. We had the whole shebang.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like a developing thing, you know, like you've got to kind of like crawl before you walk, and that's what it's like for us, and I'm sure it's like that for lots of artists. You can't just...
And is there a series of meetings about this? I mean, is there any stage along the way that you feel that you yourselves are sort of being pushed into an area that you wouldn't want to go naturally? Or is it very much a collaborative process?
I think sometimes you've got to kind of like just get out there and try new things, definitely, but there's never a point where we think, God, I really don't like what I'm wearing and I don't feel comfortable. This is our rich life and the famous.
No, you were not supposed to look then. You were not supposed to look at all. It was deeply unfair. I was having a private moment. No, that was not good. It was deeply private. Now, when you put together the group, I am interested in the movement, the dance, because it's become so much now part of pop. Everywhere you look, there's choreography. I mean, in my day, it wasn't so much. You know, we're going back a long way. And then in the 80s, it started to happen a little bit. After, I guess after Michael Jackson, maybe, that you would start to see people be a bit more choreographed and a bit more doing the routines.
Yeah, definitely.
And now, by the time of the 90s and the 90s, you know, it's basically, if you form a group, a pop group, it has to have dance. Dance is now, it's almost beginning to lead slightly. So I wondered what part of that process, you know, because you say you went basically as singers, but to an extent now, you know, it's very much about how you dance as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how has that developed?
Well, luckily we could move. Like some people like can't even move, but luckily we'd had like we've been to dance lessons when we were younger. You know, when we go out to clubs and dance. But yeah, we've worked with like a range of choreographers and found our moves, like finding that fit us.
So what are you looking for? How do you work with the choreographer? What's the desire? What are you looking for?
Yeah, we've got to kind of get on. Like we like to get on with the people we work with. So as long as we get on with them, we can, and we feel comfortable. So if there's something that our choreographer does, for instance, and we're like, oh,
No
I
way.
really don't like that.
Or it's too
we
difficult.
can say it. Whereas if you've got someone who's your choreographer and you like you can't even speak to them, then there's no point. So we kind of like, you've got to use someone that you Trust.
Yeah, definitely.
And who has movement and dancing in pop has inspired you? Who do you look at and when you see them move and you think, God, I really want to be like that?
Well, I mean, Michael Jackson definitely an inspiration. I think
Destiny's Child.
Destiny's Child. Beyonce moves like amazing. Like, all the women, like you look at
the
women
strong
really.
women. Oh, 5, 6, 7.
Wow. I don't know what that does to me at all. It's like some weird kind of therapy. I admire you as Northerners being able to do that. Yeah.
It's all about the face. That's
I know.
what Beth tells us.
I didn't do that very well. You did that extraordinarily well.
As long as you've got the face on, as you say.
So you're convincing
it
people.
It doesn't matter what you do. You could just be doing anything as long as the face.
Does it feel sometimes too rigid that you'd feel you'd want to be more spontaneous? The fact that you've got these very specific routines, does that sometimes feel hemming you in, and that you'd rather just be quite explosive?
No, because
not at the minute.
No.
But I mean, God
for
knows.
For
a tour,
we'd be full on.
Push it out till all stops, you know.
It's like a show and people are coming to see all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Like, you know, a show is a show, and you've got to put the show on at the end of the day.
No. A, I forgot the face, and B, I forgot the moves. But, you know. Well, thank you for teaching me to be a Maxi Viva.
That's what our mans call them.
Really? Yes, I can understand. In that case, I'm probably great Maxi Viva then. But thanks anyway, thank you.
No problem.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thanks very much indeed.
Well done.
Sorry for that.